today we're going to drink some Shocktop pumpkin wheat. Now we do have a Hefeweizen glass. Probably almost a year ago, my wife was cleaning out a bunch of my glassware, and she kept going, well, can I take this one out? And I'm like, no. Can I take that one out? And I'm like, no. And she wanted to take this one out. And I'm like, well, you got to have a Hefeweizen glass just in case we review one. So we do have one. This is, it's hard to read it in the light here, a Belgian-style wheat ale brewed with ripe pumpkin, citrus, peel, nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves. It says I'm supposed to pour it down the side of the glass until there's a little bit left, shake it up, and pour the rest of it in. So I guess this is unfiltered. I mean, we know Shocktop is an Anheuser-Busch product. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but let's give it a pour and see what we got. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave comments because we love talking about beer. So there we go. There's our ½ inch left. Let's shake it up and get all the goodness to come out of the bottom of that bottle. So there we go. Let's take a look and see what we got. Well, I would say it's definitely unfiltered. It is hazy. Cannot see through it at all. It is a darker orange, even trending a little bit on maybe a red right in the middle. Ended up with about a finger of just slightly off-white head. And there is a fair amount of carbonation streaming up through it. I am going to guess that this is probably forced carbonated. I could be wrong. Let's do the aroma. Wow, you really do get the pumpkin. It says they got real pumpkin in there, and you get, I mean, it smells like pumpkin. And the other flavors that it talks about, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, some faint hints of that. And then almost a little bit of lemon. I don't know, let's give it a taste and see what we got. Okay, you definitely get pumpkin. I mean, that rich, dark pumpkin, you know, I don't want to say pumpkin pie because I'm going to talk about spices and stuff in a minute. But really, maybe when you're carving a pumpkin and you get that pumpkin aroma just comes right up, you definitely get that. Nutmeg. Maybe a hint of cinnamon at the back of my throat. You don't really, it's more of a hint. Yeah, it's not overly sweet. It's, mouthfeel wise, it's a nice mouthfeel. Does finish a little dry. I have to admit, I am not a big pumpkin guy, and a lot of it is the spices. I find that they tend to overwhelm me, and it's not really a thrill I'm really looking for in my beer. The nutmeg and allspice and the pumpkin spices. This beer is doing a pretty good job of giving you the pumpkin without giving you overpowering spice. I have to admit that I am liking this beer way more than I expected. Because when you get down to it, the regular Shocktop to me is a pale version of a Blue Moon. And I think a Blue Moon is not a horrible beer. It's fairly true to the style. But I always think Shocktop was just a poor copy of the Blue Moon. I think this is a much better beer, pumpkin beer, than some of the bigger pumpkin beer names that we've had. And I haven't done a lot of pumpkins. I did one pumpkin last year. I think the year before that I didn't do any pumpkins. So it's been 3 or 4 years since I've done a lot of pumpkin reviews, or a fair amount of pumpkin reviews. But I actually like this quite a bit. I'll probably never drink it again because I don't do many pumpkins. But I have to admit, if I was at a party and somebody gave this to me, I wouldn't turn it down. So score-wise, like I said, score-wise, I think we would give it a. Actually, I'm going to give it a B, but just a low B, a B minus. Let's give it an 80. So 80 out of 100. Till next time, keep drinking.